Hi everyone, it's Don and I hope you're having a fantastic day. Well, a bunch of inspections have now been done. We're halfway through the year in 2023 and the CDC has done numerous inspections out there of cruise lines and cruise ships, and some of them have scored very, very well, and one in particular has scored very, very poorly. And I thought, yeah, let's see what kind of scores the cruise lines are actually getting in their cleanliness department on the ships. So first off, you'll be glad to know there were some cruise ships out there that scored 100. 100 is, as you would figure, the best you could possibly get. And the good news is there were numerous cruise ships that got 100 score, perfect score. I'll just cover a couple right here quickly. In Carnival, we had the Carnival Celebration, the Panorama, we had the Sunshine, and the brand new Carnival Venezia, the Costa cruise ship that came over. Disney, not to be outdone, Fantasy and the Wonder both received 100 scores. Well, that's 40% of their fleet received 100% of their score. Now, the trouble, well, let's go. We also have the NCL Joy and the Pearl also received scores of 100 or more. Every cruise line had at least one ship score 100%. Holland America, Norwegian, we had Princess Cruise Lines, Royal Caribbean Cruise Lines, they all scored up there. But some cruises that, if you get under 90, it's a little troublesome, and anything under 85 is considered unsatisfactory, right? Well, I searched through a lot of these cruises, especially the large cruise lines, and the closest I got to under 85 is we had the Carnival Liberty and the Carnival Pride, both scored 86, very close to that 85 mark. The Margaritaville at Sea, 87, and the NCL Epic scored 89. Now these are under the 90, getting close to that 85. You don't want to be below 85 because that's considered failing. So who failed? Well, I only saw two ships out there that scored under 85. One of them was the MSC Seaside. She scored a record 67. Which is absolutely terrible. It is the lowest score in years and years and years on cruise ships. To be fair, her sister ship, the Seascape, actually received 100. That's like night and day. They're sister ships, and they received night and day reports. One was perfect, one was the worst they've seen in years. So that kind of goes to the management of the ship. And that's not a good look at all. To be fair, the closest ship to score worse or around the 67 score of that ship was the little ship, the Safari Endeavor, which is an uncruised, those little ships that travel around Alaska. And even that cruise received a 79. Which is still 12 points higher than the Seascape did. Seaside did, sorry, not the Seascape. Seascape got 100%. Seaside got that. And I was very happy when I started actually looking into all the cruise lines, and when I saw on Carnival, Norwegian, Royal Caribbean, Princess, Holland America, every one of their ships were over 90. Every one of the other ships were over 90, except the ones I mentioned here. That was the Pride and the Liberty. Everybody, and the Epic for Norwegian. Everyone else was over 90. So that's a good sign. But just in case you're wondering, well, how real picky are they when they go on the ships? You know, are they just going, that's good enough, give it a check mark. It's good enough, check it. Trust me. I've worked in the food industry before, and we had a yearly inspection. It's unannounced. They come in and they inspect your plant or your warehouse, and they give you a score. And a lot of our bonuses were based on how well we did on that score. Sometimes 25% of our bonus was the score that we received from the sanitation. Well, CDC comes in and they did their inspections, and here's a couple items that they found on a ship that scored 99. And this is what they dinged them for. They said the light above the preparation station in the kitchen has to be at least 220 lux, which is roughly 20 foot candles as a way of measuring light. And they said it was only around 190. So it was deemed unsatisfactory, not quite enough light over the food preparation station in the kitchen. In another area, in an orange juice area that was not in service, they found a single fly. Now remember, it's not in service. It wasn't being used. So chances are the staff, when they were getting ready to prepare that station, would clean it beforehand, and that fly would have been gone. So that's what they dinged them for. And took a point off. That ship only scored 99. They took points off for this. So I just wanted to give you an idea of some of the little things that's how detail they go in and they inspect things like that. The real funny thing is when you think, wow, these ships are clean and everything's perfect. I guess you'll never ever catch something like norovirus on a cruise that scores 100. No, believe it or not, the Celebrity Summit scored 100% on their CDC inspection. They also had one of the big outbreaks this year of over 100 passengers catch the norovirus on the ship. Same year, same time frame. It just goes to show sometimes it could be somebody who brings it on board with them. Sometimes it could be a supplier who brings in one item that contaminates other things. It's kind of like the luck of the draw. And as more and more people get out there cruising, unfortunately there's going to be more and more sickness that'll happen on ships because they're overpacked right now. They're over 105, 106% capacity right now in the cruise lines. They're enjoying a boom because so many people were pent up for years and not able to get out, not able to vacation, not able to cruise, and now they're trying to get out and make up for lost time. But I was very happy to see that the major cruise lines out there, most of them scored above 90, nothing below 90. And I was really, really happy to see that because if you see a bunch of scores, especially coming out of the pandemic, where the scores are in the high 80s and only low 90s, and nobody's getting up into those upper echelon scores, 97, 98, 99, that means that they didn't do a good job getting ready for us when we're ready to cruise. But luckily, that's not the case, and it looks like the cruise lines are saying we're going to be, we want those scores high as possible. And for the most part, every ship out there has done pretty darn good, except the Seaside. I don't know what happened there with the Seaside. I've never seen a score that low in years. Well, I hope you appreciate this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. We'll see more tips, more tricks, more travel blogs from around the world. Hit that subscribe button. Until next time, have yourself a safe and a great vacation.